Greetings YouTube. I'm back in the Peak District for the second time in 1 month. I've just left the village of Greenfield, about 10 miles east of Manchester city centre. I'm not actually sure if I'm technically in the national park yet or just on the outskirts of it. I'm here for another 3 days of hiking and wild camping. Although I was only here 1 month ago, conditions are very different. Like, I'm in a t-shirt now, as you can see. Last month it was very wintry. It was middle of March, but it felt like winter. I was waking up with ice on the outside of my bivvy. It was getting down to below freezing at night, and now it's a lot more spring-like. You can actually see a bit of blue sky. It was actually a lot bluer just a minute ago, but yeah, it's a lot more mild. It's mid-teens at the moment, about 14 degrees, and it's only going to go down to about 7 overnight. So I'm considering a wild camp upon the hills, upon the moors. Although I may end up, depends how cold it is later on and how much the wind gets up. It's perfectly still at the moment, but you can't really take that for granted in this this part of the world. So we'll see. It's going to be fun anyway. I've got a little route planned at the moment, so I'll take you along for that, and we'll see where we end up. Starts. I'm heading up this waterfall. That was a fun little scramble up the waterfall. Would have been easier if I didn't have 2 litres of alcohol in my backpack, but there you go. So now I'm heading for a place called the Trinnacle. There's going to be no more scrambling today that I know of. some cracking views up here. You can see down to the reservoir there, and all the way in the distance you can see Manchester City. So, okay guys, I think I found my spot for the evening. Just here on the bank, just overlooking the reservoir there, and the sun. The sun should be setting over the reservoir. Should be quite a nice little evening. It's not very stealthy, obviously. I'm just hoping nobody really cares that I'm out here. There's just a couple of houses over there, and I imagine at dusk everyone else will be leaving anyway. I won't be having any fires or anything, so I should be okay here. Just on this little flat bit of ground. So I'm gonna have dinner in a bit, and I've just got this craft beer to try. Blackjack Brewing Company, No Time for Conscious Thought, 6.8%. I'll put it over here so you can see it. It's not in the sun. No idea what it's like, never had it before, but it cost enough, so it should be pretty good. I'll let you know in a minute. Oh no, that is good. There's pale ale. It tastes like a pale ale, but sweet. Sweet on the way in, really smooth on the way down. Oh, that's good, that. Oh. Yes, recommend. Morning all, it's about 6:15 in the morning. Slept very well, woke up a couple of times, but not for very long. Went straight back to sleep. Bit of a misty, murky morning with the sun coming up over the hills there, so I'm going to head off into that direction, into the sun. Quite a lot of water on the outside of the bivvy. But it did its job, it kept any water from coming in, and so I was wrapped up in my sleeping bag, slept really well, it was nice and warm. So I'm going to get packed up, get moving, and get over to the sunshine. Nothing quite like a steep climb at 6:30 in the morning, is there? That's last night's camping spot. Somewhere over there. You ever get the feeling you're being followed? So you might notice this water, a little bit of an odd colour. That's because it's come out of the waterfall, and it's the peat that's giving it that colour. But it tastes absolutely fine. So that was very agreeable hour and a half spent there in Hadfield. Just really hungry by the time I got there. First thing I did was bought a 3-pack of Snickers and just munched them all in one go, and then had fish and chips, massive fish and chips afterwards. Now I'm heading towards Glossop and then back up into the peaks. Alright, so that was Old Glossop. Now I'm back on the trails, heading up these sodding great things here. Got about 10 miles left of what I was planning to do, and I've got until sort of tomorrow around noon, maybe before, to do it. So a few miles today, find somewhere to camp, and the rest in the morning. Let's do it. So high route here, that's where I'm heading, where those people are. I'll be returning along this lower route tomorrow, Doctor's Gate. But first, it's time for coffee. So it's goodbye to the lush green valleys. Goodbye, lush green valleys. And it's hello and welcome back to the bleak moorland. Okay guys, I found my spot just here. This flattish bit of grass. It doesn't look flat, but the grass sort of squishes down. and the ground below it is flat. So I'm not completely out of sight. It's not that stealthy again. Path is just over here and comes down here, the other side of this bank, but I'm not going to set up till about 10 to 8 when it's no, I don't think there's going to be anyone up here, and I'll be gone at first light. The plan is to watch the sunset over there, and in the morning head over the hills for the sunrise. So it's a bit breezy, but I do have shelter down here. I use that little spot for cooking later on, and maybe a bit of reading or whatever later on when it's getting a bit breezier and a bit cooler. But for now it's perfect. It's great up here, it's beautiful. It's only coming up 4:45, so I've got a few hours to kill. I'm just going to read, and I have with me this massive box of trail mix bag, and in this hip flask here I have a prickly pear liqueur that I brought in Malta. Just tried a bit. It's pretty sweet, but it's pretty nice. It's about 20%, I think it is. There's quite a lot in there, so hopefully I won't be too pissed to put up the bivy bag later on. I'll put a picture of this up if I can work out how to do it. But yeah, that's me for the next few hours then, guys. I'll catch up with you soon. Right, so something that always makes me chuckle when you see these sort of outdoorsy videos, when they show the dehydrated meals and give them like a review or whatever, and they show you a bit of the food, and they always look like something you'd feed your pet, basically, like dogs' dinners, you know, cats' dinners. This is no different. This one is a vegetarian chili and rice Wayfarer meal. I mean, look at it. I'm sure you sitting at home are just going, you're just salivating, just thinking how delicious this looks. Out here, outdoors, that's not actually too bad. And whatever they've got as a meat substitute is pretty good. Although I don't really like salty food, and that's pretty salty. They all are, these dehydrated meals. But it's edible, it keeps you going, it's sustenance. It just doesn't look nice. Morning everyone, what a beautiful morning it is. I've just had my breakfast, just had my coffee, and I'm raring to go again. I woke up about 5:30, had a good night's sleep, and by 6 o'clock I was already over the hills and enjoying the sunrise. I'm just over at the memorial site of a B29 bomber, an American Air Force bomber that crash landed here in 1948, I believe. What I'll do now, I'll just take you around the site a little bit, show you a few clips, and make a time lapse, a bit more information on that, and then I've got to get my arse in gear really. I've lounged about a bit up here, and I've got to get down to Glossop in the next 2.5 hours. It's now 7:30, so I'll do that, show you around this site, and I'll catch up with you once I'm on the move again. And now, if I'm not mistaken, it's downhill all the way. Alright, I'm here at Glossop train station. It's the end of another epic mini adventure. Really enjoyed it. Climbing waterfalls, epic sunrises and everything. Been fantastic. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Well done if you made it this far. And I'll see you next time. Next trip I'm planning, weather permitting, is a trip along the Dorset coast, so stay tuned for that one. Thanks again guys, and I'll see you soon. Cheers.